we were just talking all this and playing this music in the background. Could we just get like a music license that would be cheap where you can only play up to like 60 seconds? Those are cheaper licenses. I wonder, because Kirk never plays like a full song on the show.
Very rarely.
But I bet YouTube now cracks down so bad that like even if you have a license, it's probably just a pain in the ass because you have
to like prove it.
You have to prove it, and then maybe they'd have to say your account is allowed to do it overall. Yep. I have no idea, but I don't know. We were actually having a legit conversation about this, which is that the show could just be our stupid conversations, like the construction question I just asked you just 2 seconds ago. But the fact that there's no like celebrities, well, how do I word this? Celebrities nowadays that like have sex appeal, that like when I was a kid, like I had posters of Jennifer Love Hewitt on my wall. Like, are there any posters of hot female celebrities?
Well, there are celebrities with sex appeal, but I think you're talking about like mainstream, like
the great example right there. Everybody is attracted to Sydney Sweeney, right? And so like kids in high school are clearly like probably obsessed with her. There's probably not a Sydney Sweeney poster in anybody's bedroom.
No,
I wouldn't think so. That for some reason that's gone. Now maybe it's more because of like the gaming world and like weird hobbies.
Streaming,
yeah, that's taken up wall space. But I had 2 Jennifer Love Hewitt posters on my wall. So
I don't know, what was she in? I don't know if I know her.
You don't know Jennifer Love Hewitt?
I don't.
Her breakout role was Party of 5, which was on before 90210, which comes up on the Kirk Minifan show often. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Can't Hardly Wait. She was fantastic in that.
Very attractive.
Very attractive. Yeah, she's my day one. All right, we'll get into the Minifan stuff. We will try our best not to mention Montante or Tom Shattuck today, because then that guarantees the phone call later in the afternoon if we do this.
I heard you mention.
So I get a call from Montante yesterday, and he just had this like, he was like, "Can I just ask you like a really weird question?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, does Kirk say anything that's just like jarring to you? Like, does he use any terminology? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What are you going with here?
And he goes, I didn't know Kirk was a nah guy. Nah. And I was like, I've never really even thought about it like that. That's a big deal. I don't even.
Well, like he says nah, like but I also wouldn't say he's saying it like.
But also, like, why is that jarring?
It's not like slang. Nah isn't slang.
But
like,
why is that jarring to Montante? Jarring to me is opening up my Twitter timeline and seeing a grown man talk about like another grown man fucking a minor in the quote unquote keister. That's like unhinged. That's strange. Pull that. Did you have that? What's that exact wording? We were talking about that. I haven't heard the word keister, by the way.
Keister, very, very strange tweet.
Yeah. Montante in some kind of beef about politics with Greg Poler.
Which is like, okay, like Trump's around. It's election season. I get it. You know, temperatures are hot. So Greg.
Are they really? Or is that's another thing? Like that's just a Twitter timeline thing. That's not a real life thing. I guess.
Yeah. But so Trump tweeted out yesterday in all in bold, which you can't do. I think Trump might have seen our friend Mick and he was taking
see you later.
Stealing that from him. The bold text really suits your dumbass tweets. 35 days until you're gone and the world rejoices. So Montante quote tweets that. Says, typically Hollywood elites threaten to flee the country if the scary opposition candidate wins. Greg is already 2 steps ahead of that. Going to be a dark day in Sweden when Trump wins in a landslide come November. It's always good to be like super overconfident because it's definitely not like you don't get crushed when that happens on both sides. So Bio Dude, good guy, said, get him, Mike. I'm hearing unconfirmed reports that he was a guest at P. Diddy Freak-Offs quite regularly. They're all the same, those Hollywood types.
Bio Dude got that scoop?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So Montante replies to that and says, I heard he showed up ready to drink baby blood and fuck child actors in the keister. But they wouldn't let him in.
Fuck child actors.
Which is like, it's obviously a joke, but also like, I don't know. It's just, I've never seen keister. I think maybe I've heard Bubba say keister a couple times, like kicking the keister or something.
Right. Does that make, like, let's say Montante does something stupid and people have to go back and look at his like his Twitter history. Does that make his top 10 of like most outlandish, inappropriate tweets out there? Like, would somebody say like, look at what this asshole said then?
Probably not. He's probably has worse things than fuck child actors in the keister.
Yes.
His emergency plan of do you know who my sister is was also unsuccessful. So in one tweet he's gone from Greg is a elite Hollywood, typical Hollywood elite to he's no one without a sister.
I don't think, is Greg like really, I know he's obviously he hates Trump, but he's not like crazy on Twitter tweeting about politics.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think every here and there he tweets.
Right. I feel like if you're Montante, you can aim your arrow at somebody else. I don't think the volume of Greg Poehler hate toward Trump is that extreme.
Yeah, he's not like a Mark Hamill. I mean, also Greg's the best.
And he's not going to be live tweeting like the vice presidential debate. I don't think he cares. He cares that much.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be live. I'm sure he'll be watching it.
Right.
He seems to be invested in that. But also like, what's the point? Like for someone like that, or like I'm not even talking about like I don't really care about the vice president. Like I'll watch it for clips and stuff like that. But if I was just like in a normal job, I know who I'm voting for. Shout out Bill.
Right.
And everything like that. Like why do I need to watch? Like I feel like a lot of people just watch these debates to then be like, my guy won. It's the same reason why like I watch like the Patriots.
Right.
But except at the end of it would be like at the end of Sunday, I was like, actually the Patriots won that game.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think the vice presidential candidate can sway the election in any form. Right, because I think one of the things going into tonight is that Kamala's running mate there, like admitted he's a horrible debater. So Vance supposedly is going to like, absolutely, run the table, whatever the phrasing is on that. He's going to crush him tonight. So it's really
he's going to fuck him in the keister.
He's going to fuck him in the keister. It's meaningless either way. The only thing I would say is like we know what we're going to get with Donald Trump from the election standpoint.
Yep.
But Kamala Harris, not to go super political, but like she just doesn't answer questions. Like even yesterday, there was a clip. She was on that like basketball podcast or whatever, and they asked her like, "What's your economic plans?" And she just starts talking about like,
"Oh, she's a middle class."
The woman who raised her was a small business owner, and she never goes into this actual plan. And that's But like I said, I don't care. I will be voting for Donald Trump regardless because it just seems like the economy was actually pre-COVID was doing well under Donald Trump.
I actually had a conversation with so I had to drop my mom off at work this morning.
Okay.
Her car got totaled over the weekend, and
Does she work locally?
Don't get me started on Enterprise, Dave. Oh, I can go on. But anyway, she works in Brockton, so it's like a 30-minute drive.
Okay. Yep.
From me, and then it's like an hour and a half from there to here with traffic and everything. So I drop her off, and I'm listening to Taylor Swift, and my mom jokes. She's like, "Are you gonna vote for Kamala now?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, she pointed. She's like, "Cause Taylor endorsed her." And I was like, "No, I'm gonna vote for the same person." And she was like joking. I'm like, "I'm gonna vote for the same person I always vote for." And like, her demeanor went from like joking to like serious.
Oh boy.
She's like,
she doesn't like that her son doesn't take politics seriously.
Well, she's like, "Oh, so you don't care who wins?" Like she knows my political views. She's like, "So you don't care who wins the presidential election?" I'm like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that my one vote in Massachusetts does not count.
Correct.
I think it's fun to vote for Dad.
However, though, you are on a major podcast, right? And so your opinion and your voice could sway people in different states.
If your opinion is swayed, if you're anyone who's ever listened to me, if your opinion is swayed on who you should vote for, based upon if I sat down and was like, "Hey, listen, I really think that this A, B, and C is why we need Trump," like, do not listen to me. Right. I am a fucking idiot. Yes. No one should.
Is she voting for Kamala or is she a Trump person?
She's a very big Trump.
Very
person.
Big?
Yes.
There's a lot of like just like under the radar. Like my mom is a huge Trump person. Like if you went and tried to dive into issues, she would have no idea what she's talking about. Yep. But she's like diehard Donald Trump. I don't really.
But my mom was like, just like, "Oh, so you're just gonna like not even like you're just gonna so like you want her to win?" I was like, "That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that like first of all, no election has ever been decided by one vote, which is I understand why that's a bad thing, but I was trying to explain where if Massachusetts is close, if it's like anywhere like they can't call it as soon as the polls close, then that means Trump won in a landslide, right? Throughout the country, and she wasn't understanding this. And she's also like, so she's like, what if I don't know. It was just
one of those conversations.
It's one of those conversations where it was like it started off as a joke, and then I was like,
did that last the entire car ride to work? Basically,
no, it lasted like 10 minutes, and I was just like, I don't care enough to. I think it's funny to vote for Dad.
Did you see that video of that old guy who bought the Taylor Swift guitar just to smash it for $4,000?
First of all, my thing
that's crazy. Like you must have like a niece or something or a grandchild that likes Taylor Swift.
Yes, and also I don't think that's a real Taylor Swift signed guitar.
Oh, you think they were fucking around?
For $4,000, a Taylor Swift signed guitar?
But it was like a small, I don't know what was the function. I forget I just saw the tweet of the guy smashing it, but I'm assuming it was just like a small local like charity event, and some rich guy randomly had a Taylor Swift guitar they was trying to get rid of or something.
Sounds like my bit detector is out.
Yeah.
I don't know how real this was.
Okay. All right. It's $4,000 just to smash a guitar would seem outlandish, so I'm kind of with you, but I don't know. That seems like a crazy thing to make. But, all right, let's go into what was the talk of, I would say, at least Reddit for sure. I saw it on the Twitter timeline yesterday. We've had zero communication with Kirk Minifan.
Correct.
So we know nothing. The only thing we know is there are sources out there. This is according to Reddit. Let me read it exactly, actually.
Yeah, we do not know that there are sources out there. There are people speculating.
Right. There are people speculating on Twitter. I worded that wrong. That it was Solid Librarian 2706, actually, on Reddit.
He's actually pretty good. I take that back, what I just said.
Solid Librarian, he knows what he's talking about.
If it's 26, he's full of shit. But
from a reliable source, Kirk is currently suspended from Barstool after an altercation on Surviving. I will try and get more details to share. Now, to expand on that a little bit, I did run down that thread.
Yep.
I didn't find the more details, though. So I don't think he shared any more details. But people down below, like people replying to it, they didn't think that was an outlandish thought.
I saw some that people were like that Kirk just started swinging at everyone.
Right.
And it definitely seems like it would, if it was a suspension, that Dave wouldn't tweet about it, Kirk wouldn't tweet about it. It would just be like a under the radar suspension.
Yeah, it just seems it'd be very calm.
Sweep it under the rug.
Atmosphere would be very calm. Yeah, he is a competitive human being, though. He gets fired up.
Yes, I don't know if he would ever swing on someone over something like that.
Yes.
Maybe if things got like insane and like insanely personal, and someone, I can't see Kirk swinging at someone.
Yeah, but here's the truth. At the end of the day, that person's putting out information into the world, to try to get answers. We don't have any, and we regularly communicate with Kirk Minifan, but we don't have any answers for anybody. So at least Solid Librarian is hearing things and putting things out there because we can't say the same.
Yes, yes. So there is the show retweeted this morning. It was announced last night on a Mook Can't Sleep stream.
Yes.
There is a new show, I guess you could call it, that Kirk's going to be taking a part of with Jeff D'Lo.
In almost October.
It's not coming back. A Mook exclusive. You wanna?
I want a scoop. Give me a scoop.
Not coming back till the week of the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
Yeah, we have a new show coming out probably in October. To be called The Geniuses. To be featuring Brandon, Kirk, and a rotating third playing against fans. We're auditioning fans right now.
Breaking news.
Yeah, and I'm going to put up $1,000 of my own dollars for the winner of the at the end of the show. There may be a bigger prize. We're going to see if what the sponsor is, but I will give out
so that show
$1,000 of my own dollars. Yeah. So we have that trivia show.
Why even? I mean, that's a good guy move right there because I guess you need to tell the individuals that are trying out to be on this program that they'll at least get something. And if he has no word from the company, no word about sponsors, he's putting up $1,000 of his own money to at least tell the contestants that it's for something, I would assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also maybe, I'm not sure. This is the first time hearing of this too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a weekly thing where it's like the geniuses take on some fans and then if all they have to do is win once and they get $1,000.
Yep.
Maybe it's kind of like a confidence thing in Jeff where it's like, I'm putting up my own money because I trust these guys.
I trust that they're going to go sell advertising against.
No, I'm saying I trust Brandon and Kirk will kick ass against these.
Yeah,
these
I would
fans.
also trust that hopefully the major media company would sell it, and then I don't actually have to give up $1,000. I would hope that actually sounds like I like that idea. I like shows like that where they're involving. I don't think there's really any other show on Barstool that like involves fans directly in the content outside of this with third chairs and stuff like that. There's not a ton of shows that are similar to that, bringing in stoolies to take part.
No.
And
I will say I do like them shortening the dozen season, starting it out off in the week of the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And so that's it because I know that's going to be a whole mix up. I know Kirk said like Team Minifan will not be the same Team Minifan that we saw in the past.
That doesn't show is so much work. Like the fact that they continually like write so many questions for that and all the production value that goes into that. It's so much. So I was just, in general, like I would think it'd be smarter just to tone that bad boy down a little bit, just because it's so much work.
I know Jeff Buss has asked for that, but no, I'm excited to see the geniuses.
Yep.
Brandon Walker and Kirk. I mean, those are the two best players in the league.
Yep.
On a continual basis over the past four seasons.
Right.
So we're excited to see what comes with that.
All right. What else piqued your interest from the Minifan world yesterday?
What else piqued my interest from the Minifan world? let's see. Oh,
We did see that video of Mutt at St. A's.
Yep.
We saw that, which there's nothing wrong with that. Doing a little speaking engagement.
No, I think it's like that's just what his job is.
Yeah.
It's like you go around, you MC these different events. He's MC'd things.
He's a great MC guy.
Oh, he's great.
He's a great if you're a company, this isn't a commercial for Mutt, but like he's very thankful to be here. He's not annoyed by shit. He gets the crowd going. He'll say what you like, literally, if you just give him the bullet points, he'll do exactly what you want him to do. That's a great MC to hire right there.
And he, whatever the event was, it was like some high school football, Steven Gostkowski kicking event. Like he gets the crowd pumped. He's going to, I wish we had audio of him saying, not only, not 1-time Super Bowl champion, not 2-time Super Bowl champion,
Right.
but 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Right.
Steven Gostkowski.
Steven Gostkowski. Talking about just like falling off the face of the, I mean, was he injured toward the end of his career?
He went to the Titans.
He went to the Titans.
He was pretty good for like a year or two.
Did the Titans quarterback come back in the game last night or no?
I didn't watch
I don't
it.
think he didn't watch. He went out pretty early in that. I don't know. But that's a good,
That's a good gig for Mutt. I mean,
yeah,
whatever it is.
Gostkowski's like recent enough. Like that's probably that's a better interaction athlete wise than like him and Ray Bork at the Brook.
I would assume so.
You know,
Yeah.
Gostkowski with all those rings and everything like that. So I think that, yeah, I saw people kind of giving him shit on Twitter about that. That's a fine gig for Mutt. I like that gig. I like that stuff. What else do we have?
We have the new Minifan of the Year odds were put out.
Oh, right. Sharkman and Sweet. Yes. You can't put that on the screen, can you? For the people that are watching? That might be a bitch if you want to, but here, I'll pull it up on my end.
Give me
too.
a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sharkman Hand always has great tweets here. I have it up here.
There we go. So I can see it. So Cinema at plus 350. Do
He's
you
the
like?
favorite.
He is the favorite right now.
I don't know if I'd go with him as the favorite. I mean,
Yeah.
he's been great,
Yep.
but
He replied to my he's a pure podcaster too, like Mick. These are just guys who podcast for the love of the game. They don't care about anything. They don't care about the listenership, the money. They just podcast. So I respect that. He replied to that yesterday. But I don't know. The Cinema to me, he comes in studio. Is that a little bit like extra? Like if he's an insider in the sense that he's a third chair, do you think third chair should be like considered in the Minifan of the year?
definitely think they should.
You do?
I mean, then who would we have?
Well, then you're just taking out. All right, so you take out Menners is in there, but Menners is kind of like because he does a lot of content on the show and the network. So hold on, I would say the Mark is one. Don the Jeweler would be one. Mikey Grabbag. These are all very good personalities on Twitter. Well, Mark, but
We all Mark's favorite.
Jimmy, who obviously he had a unbelievable run and then kind of faded.
Yep. Let's go through it. So Cinema is plus 350.
Yep.
He's podcaster / stepfather. Be a Man Guy second.
Be a Man Guy is at every
Yes.
fucking thing. Like and he's by the way, he's always been there. Like he's for years he's gone to every single thing. Okay.
TikTok star, ball breaker. Ted Sellers, absent. First half of the year.
Yeah.
Plus 450. Menners, single and fucking, plus 500. Mike Montante. Like I think Montante might be. Like I think
he's a little too inside.
You were saying, like he's too in on the show.
Yep. By the way, I didn't mean that disrespectfully. I just mean like they come in like once a month.
No, I know what you mean.
Right.
Plus 600. He's Justin's friend Mark. Justin's friend.
Yep.
Plus 700. John from Scranton, grieving producer candidate. Plus 800. Sneaky. I sprinkle some money there. Don the Jeweler, unknown Twitter staple, plus 900. David Maryland, known Twitter staple, 900. Beyond Average Mick, loves podcasting, hates releasing podcasts,
Yep.
plus 1,000. Mikey Grabbags, AI parody song producer, plus 2,000. Yeah, now we're getting to the long shots.
Yep.
Bobby
Mikey Grab. By the way, we can't forget the Mikey Grabbag thing from yesterday as well.
Oh,
Remember
yes. That was
Yep.
funny. Bobby Costa, cameraman, plus 3,000. Announcer Josh, includes James, plus 4,000. Jimmy.
Did Kirk not kick Josh out? I thought he was one of the people that Kirk. We'll go over that list too, but
I think whenever it's brought up, Kirk goes,
he doesn't listen to
you
the
gotta
show,
listen to the show.
which is just really funny.
And also, I'm just saying, what was the last show Kirk did?
Was the last show Kirk did?
Yes.
Sacco?
Yes.
Who was there?
Who was brought up on stage and was like,
Right.
I'm battling some tuberculosis.
Sorry for spoiling that. Yeah. Oh, yes. Through adversity, he came up there and did that.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Battling some tuberculosis. What? Kirk's out this week. He said he's battling illness.
Yep. Oh, wow. You're putting things out there. Good
Mama
speculation.
Kay could have stopped 9/11. Mark Wahlberg. I don't see. Mark Wahlberg is one I would stay away from. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe he's just a sneaky Minifan. Would have stopped 9/11 at plus 7,000.
Yep.
Billy Trudell, Acapella Simmer, Bit Guy, plus 8,000.
after turning down the video,
Yeah,
though,
that's
that's a tough look.
Yeah, they're not accepting cash outs for that.
Yep.
Jason Collins, homosexual NBA player.
Okay.
Do I know Jason Collins?
He's a homosexual former NBA player, I believe. I don't know if he's still. Maybe he's playing overseas.
Is he a Minifan? Have we?
I'm sure he's a Minifan. I don't know. I don't see any reason to believe he's
Stephen
not.
Gloucester, not a homo. Oh, okay, I see that now. Plus 9,000. Jeff D. Lowe, defending champion at plus 10,000. I mean, you can sprinkle something on that.
Yep.
And Sneaks loves the show, plus
Definitely
15,000.
Yep. Okay. And then we're eliminating Mutt, BA, Kane is Able, John and Warren, Pat Ford, Chris Clemmer, Tim Ridgeolds, Tim and Canton, Shark Minahan, Beanbag Ron, and PRC Coleman. All were eliminated by Kirk on the air within the last couple of months here. So, yeah, I'd say if you were asking me who I would sprinkle a decent amount of money on, I love to see Don the Jeweler on Twitter. I think he's a great follow. And Mikey Grabbag with some unbelievable content on social media. So I'd sprinkle money on both of those guys.
I'd go, see, here's the thing. Like, the problem is, like, it's when I bet with my head versus my heart.
Yep.
Like, my heart, like, wants to throw some money at Mark.
Yep.
Like, that's my guy. But I just don't see it happening. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta hold my wallet back for that.
Hell of a
one.
performance at the soccer show, though.
Hell of a
so you got to give him
performance at the
credit where it's
soccer
due. Yep.
Called me yesterday with another idea.
Oh, he has ideas for the show?
It's not for the show, but for, like, the next live show. He wants redemption of a video.
Redemption for what? That was fantastic.
That's my thing.
Yeah. What's he? Yeah.
I'd sprinkle some on, because I think Kirk's the one who decides it, right?
Yes.
I'd sprinkle some on Mick. I'd sprinkle some on Ted Sellers.
Yep.
I'd probably go heavy Don the Jeweler and David Maryland, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Shark Minahan, as always, with the some of the best. What's the word I'm looking for? Like rundown of stats and
numbers guy.
Numbers guy.
Just a
That's
great
what I mean.
numbers guy.
That's what I was looking for.
But as you said earlier with the Mikey Grabbags tweet, so he's the AI guy.
Yep.
And he was trying to, pick Kirk up a little bit, have him kind of get a big time celebrity to make a video for him. So he reached out on Cameo to one Dale Arnold. And he reached out, said, hey.
And by the way, this is Dale's retired. This is his business now.
This is his little,
and maybe signing books every now and then.
Yes, so he got 200. This is just funny. So instructions for the video. I left my package on the floor at work, and my friend Kirk tripped over it. He was injured and is going to miss the next work of week. I think he meant week of work. Would love a video saying how I'm sorry that happened and to get well soon. Sincerely, who do you think the video is from?
Who do I think it's like to, you mean?
No, from. Like, who he said, like,
oh, I forget who he wrote. Yeah.
Jeff D-Lo.
He wrote Jeff D-Lo?
Jeff D-Lo,
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cameo got back. Your request for Dale Arnold could not be completed. Although Dale Arnold tries to deliver 100% of requests, sometimes certain requests are confusing, difficult, or not in line with the talent's image. Since Dale could not complete it, the hold in your card has been released. Thank you for supporting Cameo.
Well, originally, when I read that yesterday, I completely forgot Jeff D-Lo was signed. I was just thinking the mention of Kirk was what maybe made Dale decide to decline that cameo.
Yep.
But I think that Jeff, he's got to know who Jeff D-Lo is at this point.
I just think whenever he hears the name
just name Kirk and just scratch it.
Kirk, and it's something a little fishy.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this isn't, hey, it's my friend's Kirk's,
right.
33rd birthday. Can you just say happy birthday?
Right.
Like, you would probably do that. But if it's like, hey, it's my friend Kirk's 50th birthday party, we're going up to Portland for a like as soon as it starts getting like a little complicated, you'd be like, no.
Screw that. How much is Dale on Cameo now? Probably like $50.
Let me see here.
I feel like you can't go under $50 if you're Dale. Like, why are you doing that in retirement if you're?
I haven't opened up this app in forever. Oh,
What?
Someone requested a cameo from me like a month ago.
Oh, you gotta do it.
And I never did it.
Did you join because of the charity thing like everybody else?
No, I joined. I was just someone else joined, and then Kirk on the show was like, Justin should join.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's $30.
Those guys aren't still like. Did Kirk take himself off Cameo?
I think he's still on it, but it's like inactive.
Got
it. You can start a message with Dale for $5.
Just a little chat.
Just a chit chat with him, or $30 cameo price.
That's not bad. That's for him. And I would say with the Bruins connection, he probably. How many do you think he does of those a month?
Let me see.
I'm gonna say no more than 10.
Oh, yeah.
Probably like 5, right?
Recent reviews. He has 43 reviews. The most recent review is from August 18th, 2024.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Was it last year? He was still doing. Because he has retired from the Bruins game, right? Fully. Like he's definitely. So he did a little bit of work here and there with the Bruins last year, I think. And maybe that sparked some interest in getting a cameo from him, but I don't know. Yeah.
Arnold, co-host of the Dale and Keefe Show on WEEI Radio in Boston.
This is the intro. So
and the host
that's
of the Boston
old.
Bruins telecasts on Nesson. Kind of new to this cameo thing, but I'm kind of looking forward to the opportunity to sending out greetings, maybe for birthdays or Christmas
Looking
or
forward to
anniversaries,
it.
to all the hockey fans out there and the Boston sports fans as well. I hope you'll get involved. I hope you'll connect with me. I'm looking forward to dealing with all of you. Thanks very much. Hope to talk to you guys real soon. Bye-bye.
He's super excited in that video. Like his voice, he projects very well. He's very excited to do those things. So
You can also promote your business with Dale Arnold. That's got to be
of course,
more expensive, though.
yeah, that's probably like he could probably parlay that into speaking engagements and things like that. But yeah, that was a good Mikey grab bag. That was a
Good attempt.
That was a good attempt. Good work all around. Great follow. So go follow him on Twitter. All right. Let's see. We gotta, just because you just mentioned because we mentioned Dale, I just do want to say George Soros now officially owns WEEI and Entercom. So
Yes.
back to our political talk for a second. George Soros now the owner of WEEI, which is absolutely insane. The fact David Field is still the CEO of the company after all that.
You
is
think that if
pretty
your
insane.
company loses 99.99% of its valuation and sells for
Crazy.
pennies on the pennies?
I don't speak finance, but I'm sure that was like part of deals. Like he probably forced it, right? Like that
Must
can't
have.
just be like a decision George Soros would make, but whatever. Jimmy Carter turning 100.
Big day.
Big day.
Tough day.
It
tough.
should be like a celebrate. Like if you're a president and you turn 100, there should be like almost like those like rock and roll Hall of Fame type shows where like all these celebrities show up and, and sing and shit like that.
I think there is. There's like there's a Jimmy Carter birthday bash in Georgia.
That's happening. Who are the artists?
Jimmy Carter birthday party.
That's 100 years old. Like that, for regular people, that should be a celebration like that. I don't want a president. I wonder what celebrity shows up to do that.
Oh, they did it on September 17th. You can't do it 2 weeks. That's dangerous.
Well, this timing thing. Who'd they get?
The range of.
God, you have to like really go close to that computer.
I
Huh?
don't have good eyesight. Yes.
Would glasses help at all? No.
Nope. Hosted a musical gala. Let me see here.
It doesn't say who. It's not that big of a deal, but did they call it the birthday bash?
They called it 100th birthday rock and roll president.
Let's see. List of artists and celebrities who participated. They included. Oh, sent video but couldn't attend, of course. Joe Biden couldn't attend. Barack Obama couldn't attend. Some of the celebrities that spoke at the event included Bernice King, daughter of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Renee Zellweger was present for this. There to honor former president along with former Atlanta Braves players Dale Murphy and Terry Pendleton. Blah, blah, blah. This isn't that big of a deal. BB Winans, I've seen that name before, but I don't really remember.
I think it's like if someone who's actively in hospice.
Group Love, that's like that's a band, right? Group Love.
I believe they're.
That looks familiar.
They have one song.
The Warren Treaty. Oh, the B-52 is the Warren Treaty. Okay, sorry. Go on.
To do it 2 weeks before you turn 100, I think. Because do you remember with what's her name?
Oh, you're saying like he could have.
Yes.
He could have passed.
Like Betty
I
White.
mean, he's literally been in hospice for 2 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just gonna keep on chugging along. But
Yeah.
tough for Coleman.
Yep.
I know he's.
Did he tweet about it? I don't think I saw it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
But it's sad that the teacher who was going to this is just Jimmy Carter pretty much living out of spite
Yes.
of this teacher that was going to throw a party when he died. And now he's dead, so he's kind of like, fuck you, I'm going to live forever.
Living out of spite. Oh, by the way, we didn't even mention that unbelievable Gus tweet yesterday, mocking Mick's tweet. There.
Oh, great.
That was a great tweet.
Great
Every now and then, Gus just shows up with a good tweet.
Gus
every now
hits
and
it
then.
out of the park.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, he still got it in him. So he tweets out, I'm not a producer, I'm a delivery driver. I have no idea what the future holds in regards to Puff Piece and Gaming with Gus, but I do know I've taken it further than I thought. Because of that, I refuse to put a limit on what happens next.
Right.
With his packages and stops in.
That's a good one by Gus right there. You have something to look forward to tonight because your favorite show returns.
My favorite. I realize that I look forward now to Tuesday nights and Thursday nights. More like when growing up, I used to look forward to Sunday nights. Sunday Night Football. It's my favorite TV show of all time.
Right.
Well, it's been surpassed now.
Yep.
By the Aaron Hernandez story, American sports story. This one's called Birthday Money. It's leading up to the NFL draft.
So yesterday when we were talking randomly about this, I would think it's signing bonus and then intertwined with his birthday, and he goes out and he gets a little crazy, maybe? Is that the assumption?
Aaron Hernandez birthday. When was his birthday? So it's November 6th. So that doesn't line up
Right.
necessarily.
Yep.
But maybe it's like some gangsters give him some money to do some things, and he's like, "What is this for?" And they're like, "It's birthday money."
Yeah, either way, I smell trouble, don't you?
Yeah. Oh,
Definitely.
I have a feeling
Definitely
Aaron's gonna get into it today, and I also do think sparks are gonna fly a little bit.
Oh, you think
between
so?
him and you think he finds someone at the NFL draft?
Ooh.
He's like fucking Gronk in like one of the scenes. Like
By the way,
they just have like a quick kiss.
By the way, I don't really understand that whole like Fox like getting Gronk this weekend. Did you see that clip? They like made up a fake football player and they were trying to do analysis. I'm wording this very poorly, but basically they said like this tight end that didn't exist.
Yep.
And they were all commentating on it, and then they went to Gronk and been like, "What do you think Austin Clark has to do to be successful or whatever?" And Gronk just made up a lie because he's like,
Instead of saying I
don't know the guy because but I don't understand the point of like pranking Gronk in that spot. I don't even
feel like it's like, haha, big dummy, we got the big dummy.
Right.
Also, like anyone would do that. If you're on an NFL show that you do whatever, and they're like, "Hey Dave, what do you think of this wide receiver?" You're not going to say, "I don't know who that is."
You can't. Yeah, you can't like.
You're just going to have to say, you're going to have to pull things out of your ass. You know, he's got the intangibles. I really
Right.
like what he did in college. Blah blah blah.
Right. They just did this whole little bit off air just to like post a TikTok video, maybe, which is I don't know. It seems a little unnecessary. And do we need more proof that like Gronk is kind of a dummy? And do we have to be assholes and like point it out to him? Like that's kind of a dickheaded move, a little
I
bit.
don't even think it's a dickheaded move. I think it's more of like we get it. Like when it's funny if it's actually like real. Like if that legitimately happened, and Gronk was talking about like
Yeah, but we get it. Gronk's dumb, so he's like no, he's gonna fall for this. You know what I mean? Like, why don't you do it to Michael Strahan and see what happens? The same thing probably would have fucking happened.
yeah.
You know? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. Whatever. We didn't even get your Patriots takes yesterday on the game because it's just. By the way, anybody who says that Drake May should be playing is certifiable. It's like it's crazy to
Not
think.
behind this offensive line, Dave.
It's crazy to think that you should put him in there to get the bag beat out of him. To be honest, he shouldn't play this entire season based on that offensive line.
I would agree.
And I think they're saying like maybe around week 11 or something is what they're like
Week
hinting
11
at.
or 12, but
That's the plan. But holy shit, he's gonna be fucked either way.
I don't know. It's just depressing.
Yeah.
To watch them and just they can't move the ball.
So depressing that you won't go to the game with Mark on Sunday or no?
I'm going to the game on Sunday. It's
It's a tradition.
but it's a different. It's different when you go there and there's hope in your eyes.
Yep.
You're like, oh, you're coming off a week one. You have a winning record.
There is no hope. This is just the hope is to tank at this point. Do you want to lose every single game at this point?
I don't root for tanking. I can't.
I'm sorry, you should because
I can't.
They clearly need the help, and to get a good draft spot would be a very beneficial thing for this team.
I just think we look like such ass clowns pouring Gatorade on our coach after week one.
Oh, and then what's transpired since?
It's just been absolutely terrible.
Yeah. No.
And then I don't know. It's just a clown show right now. It's
It's okay. It's
not
going to be
good.
okay.
But
You're going to go to the game and you're going to grill and you're going to have a good time.
I got the bomb on Thursday to look forward to.
Yeah.
That kind of keeps me going.
All right. Anything else from the show perspective? Again, can't confirm or deny the rumors that are out there on Reddit from, what was it? Snowboarder? What was the guy's name? Solid Librarian. Can't confirm any of that, but we have not spoken to Kirk. We'll give, if he allows us to give an update, we will share it with you whenever we get it. But I think that's pretty much it. He said off this week, so hopefully the main show will be back next week, and we'll just go from there. Anything else? We miss anything?
Trying to think. There was the Mick tweet about how when he gets better, he's getting some IV done.
Right.
So hopefully that's true. He said he's going to do a tell-all podcast when he gets healthy.
Who's he going after?
I would assume me.
Yeah, you're
Right?
like before you left, you were the number one enemy.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I mean, is he doing a tell-all to go after like the doctors and nurses who are?
Well, he said he's in love with
one of the nurses, which
so
is
you
great.
can't.
That's a good love story. I would love to hear more about that on his podcast for sure.
It would be interesting. I don't know. I mean, if he does a tell all going after me, I mean that's fine.
Yeah. I think he's already done it, hasn't he?
Well, he threatened to do it, but then he left.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So,
but he went pretty hard at you. So I would say, whatever he's got left in the
but
tank,
he said
he's pretty good.
He doesn't want to send the McManiacs into battle when he's not ready to lead.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I do respect that.
All right. Well, like I said, we'll keep you updated if we hear anything on our end. Go follow Kirkman and his show on Twitter, Instagram, all those channels that you can. And that's that. We'll be back at some point this week, probably tomorrow, I bet.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.